In example 1, we're going to write the system of linear equations that models each situation. This is a word problem. One thing that I like to do sometimes when I'm reading a word problem is to read the last sentence first. Then when I read the entire problem, I have a purpose and I know what information I'm looking for. So let's read the last sentence first. We're going to write a system of equations to find the number of skates and bicycles rented. We can actually tell right now what our unknowns are. Our unknowns are the number of skates and the number of bicycles rented. So it doesn't really matter when you do this, but you're going to do this earlier rather than later. And we want to define our variables. So I'm going to let k equal the number of skates rented. You could use s as well, as long as your s's don't look like 5s. Mine sometimes do. So if your variable is confusing you, that's probably not a good variable to pick. Also, we're going to let b for this one equal the number of bicycles. You can really pick any two variables. I like to pick variables, though, that remind me of what they mean in the context of the problem. You could very easily have picked x and y, or a and b, or really whatever. But let's go with k and b. Now let's read the rest of the problem from the start, and we'll see what information we've got. A business rents inline skates and bicycles. It costs $15 to rent skates for the day and $20 to rent bicycles. If you want to, you can underline the important information. These two pieces are going to be important. During one day, the business had a total of 25 rentals and collected $450 for the rentals. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write two equations. One is going to be based on money, the other is going to be based on quantity. If we write a money equation, we know that $15 to rent skates is per each pair, so that's going to be a rate. We're going to take 15 and then we'll multiply that by k, which is the number of skates. That works because of this simple fact. If you had one skate rented, then 15 times 1 would be 15, and so you'd have the total amount for the skates. And if k was anything else, maybe 3, then you'd be adding 15 3 times, or 15 times 3. So we always multiply that variable by the rate. We need to add the amount of money that you would get from renting the bicycles, which is 20b in this case. 20 to rent the bicycles, that's per bicycle, that's a rate. That's equal to the total, which is 450. The next one we're going to write is not based on money, it's going to be based on quantity. So this is a key line right here, or a key piece of information. There were a total of 25 rentals. So we could say that k plus b, the number of skates and the number of bicycles rented, has to be equal to 25. In the future, you'll learn how to solve this, and perhaps you do right now, and if you want to, you can. But we're actually not asked to solve this. We're just asked to write a system of equations. And we've got it right here. We've defined our variables, and then we have two equations and two variables, or a system of equations.